Chad, welcome.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the OP show, man.
Thank you.
First time in Utah?
No.
Okay.
No.
But you've been, first time in a while.
Maybe first time in the summertime.
Oh, okay. But yeah, big skier.
Yeah.
That's right. You love coming out here and skiing?
Snowboarder, been out to Sundance a couple times.
There you go. Yeah. Cool, man. Oh, that's right. Yeah, snowboarding.
Yeah.
We talked about that yesterday. I just assume everyone else skis outside of me.
Yeah.
So.
It's my first time at Deer Valley today because they're ski only. So.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, good time. Well, thanks for coming on the OP show.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. This is awesome.
Of course. So we usually start, actually I should say, we start literally every episode with the first segment, which is out of the box.
Okay.
This is just a bunch of questions. I don't know the questions going into this, neither do you. So we're going a little blind. So we have all the questions on the screen. There's going to be 5 questions here. It just helps us get to know you better and then get to know the business made in which you're a key part. So,
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so take us back to the beginning. What kind of inspired the start of your career?
I think it's kind of funny looking back at all the like random decisions you make as 17, 18-year-old that have these like meaningful impacts on the paths that you take in your life. I remember I got a job in consulting out of undergrad, which was kind of one of the best careers,
gigs you can go to,
kind of gigs you could hope for coming out, and it was nice in the sense that it sort of delayed the what do I want to do and what do I want to focus on, because you get to try a whole bunch of stuff. And I had also gotten a math degree, and I just remember asking one of the project partners, like, hey, I kind of want to use this math skill that I just invested all this time and energy in. What do you think? And he was like, you should try a supply chain project. And so I did, and that was kind of my first dipping my toes in the water of my career. And I loved it. It was awesome. And typical.
What was the first project when you were consulting?
It was working at Exxon Mobil, actually, down in Houston, which never thought I'd end up in Texas, but pretty close to where I've now called home. And did a whole bunch of stuff after that. Did finance, strategy, you name it, kind of the traditional consulting experience, and everything. I was just like, man, can't wait to get back to supply chain. And so once I got back, I just never left, and that's
awesome. That's what started.
Where I've stayed. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
So what happened after the consulting? Where'd you go right after that?
Yeah. So the traditional kind of consulting track is after a few years, they want you to go get an MBA, and then if you come back, they kind of pay you back the tuition over a couple of years. So that's what I did. Got an MBA at Cal Berkeley. Which
go Bears.
Yeah. Thank you. Go Bears. Met my wife, met the co-founder of Made In.
She's in the crowd today.
She is.
Shout out Katie. Yeah.
We brought the crew. Met the co-founder of Made In. So.
And where did you meet the co-founder?
At Cal as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He was one of my closest friends in the grad school program. We had a lot of similar interests.
Yeah.
Took a lot of mountaineering trips and snowboard trips, and didn't know that it was going to lead to a future career opportunity. But he started Made In kind of shortly after the MBA experience, and when he needed supply chain help, I was hoping to be there. And
you put that hat on.
Yeah.
You said the finance hat's coming off.
Exactly.
The consulting hat. It's coming back to supply chain.
Yeah, and typical to consulting, got to wear a lot of hats in those early days at Made In too. So still wearing a lot of hats.
That's fun, man.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Cool. What's something that you're really passionate about that you don't get a good excuse to talk about often?
Well, not necessarily professional pursuit, but I think there's
just passion.
Yeah, there's another life out there where I would have been a theoretical physicist.
Oh my gosh!
I just like thinking about the world, man.
Yeah,
there's so much that we don't know out there. There's
tons.
There's this concept.
Does that give you comfort or discomfort?
Comfort, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, excitement maybe.
Yeah, it's probably a better way.
Knowing that there's like so many things that hopefully we as a society get to figure out at some point, and it's just a lot of improvement left to do.
The phrase "ignorance is bliss." How does that resonate with you? You want to discover everything, man. I can just tell you're thinking about it right now.
Yeah.
What am I going to go discover?
Yeah, I think bliss is being a little less ignorant.
Yeah. That's a great point. I love that. There's this fly buzzing around in here.
Yeah.
What are some of the core values that kind of drive your work ethic and kind of your overall core beliefs, value structure, things like that?
I think, I never want to be someone who asks somebody to do something that you haven't done yourself or you're not willing to do yourself. And so I think, I always kind of seek to demonstrate that, I'm willing to work just as hard, if not harder than anybody else. I don't want anybody to ever have that feeling of resentment, like,
Sure.
I'm doing all this work and, nobody else is kind of helping me out here. So I always want to be that person who, is there for the team and is, just as involved or just in the details or working just as hard as anybody else. I think, that is such a deep intrinsic motivation for me that, like, I'm always seeking to just do whatever I can to help out so that, makes somebody's life on the team a little easier,
Yeah.
close their laptop at 5 o'clock on a Friday and
I love that, man.
have a good weekend.
That service mindset.
Yeah.
That's super important, especially when you're as early, joining a company as early as Made In,
Yeah.
because there's going to be instances where, especially early on in companies, kind of trajectory, you have tribal knowledge that all those new people, obviously you've grown a ton, right?
Yeah.
Made In, it's like went from four employees when you were there to 75 employees now, something around that.
Yeah, just about that.
So how have you, in that kind of experience at Made In, what are some of the things that you've basically removed off of someone else's plate, or what are things that you've done that has kind of alleviated certain aspects of other people's roles or responsibilities, and just kind of like, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and do something to make someone's burden lighter?
Yeah, even in an organization of 75 people, there are a lot of areas of the business that still don't have an owner, right?
Yeah.
And, I don't think I'd be setting up my team for success if I were asking them to focus on their role plus these other areas where, me as the team leader or as one of the executives in the organization hasn't given them the support working alongside them that they need. So, I kind of see it as my responsibility to cover those areas and give them the opportunity to be successful in what we've really asked them to do and asked them to focus on. And I think it's a give and take, right? Like, if I'm going to try to, extend that extra effort and kind of give them the ability to focus on things, then, hopefully that also gives them the headspace to be successful and, produce the results that ultimately we're asking them to put out for us.
For sure. And you talked about at dinner last night,
Yeah.
one of the things you love about logistics and supply chain
Yeah.
is that you're constantly fighting fires.
Yeah.
So talk to me about some of the fires that you're fighting on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I mean, always wish that, I hope tomorrow has less fires than today, right? You hope that the ever burning fire is a little less hot day after day.
Sure.
But, I mean, there so many stories out there, whether, my past role at Walmart being a very customer-centric organization, stories around Zappos, which I love talking about Zappos, and love the book Delivering Happiness. Ethan and I are actually talking about that today on the mountain.
Nice.
So honestly, fires are just things that have customer impact, right? Like, there's one thing to have noise going on behind the scene that the customer never knows about. And then there's another sort of type of fire, which is one that the customer sees. And those are the ones we're really, trying to fight with urgency.
I love that. That's a great answer. Okay, so if you're granted three wishes, what are they and why?
I would say first is just for my family to be happy and healthy. Having a almost 5-month-old son now certainly puts things in perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thinking about something bigger than yourself.
For sure.
And that responsibility. I'd say second, maybe the selfish side of that is, I would love for just more time with my family and, just get time to enjoy being around them. Like,
you're not just saying that because your wife and son are in the crowd today?
Not at all. Okay. Not at all.
There's a different 3 wishes if they're not here?
No, I think these would be the same.
Same ones.
Yeah.
I love that.
You can ask me off camera.
Yeah.
We can
on and off the court, he's a team player. I love that.
Third, man, I just want to have a good life, man. I want to be happy. Like, I love working hard. I love solving problems, and that is what makes me happy. And whether that's working in the field of logistics and supply chain at Made In, or if that were in something else, like, I would just want to be happy, have a good time, man. Yeah.
I love that. We're just here for a good time and a long time, hopefully.
Yeah. Good time first and foremost. Though.
Yeah. I love that. What are your biggest career goals and aspirations at this point in time, 2024?
Yeah. I think taking on this opportunity, I'm super grateful that, the founders of Made In gave me this opportunity to, be in the VP of Operations seat. It's kind of one of those things, like, the more you learn, you realize the less you know. And I think through this experience, I realize how all of the mistakes I've made and the things that I've learned from and then, had to fix and put better processes in place or whatever that might be, you realize that going through a few cycles of these, like you can really, build out the skill set, learn who good partners are, learn what the customer really wants and how to solve for those things. And I kind of see this as an opportunity where learning all those things and hopefully, through the rest of my time at Made In and whatever, is beyond that, like just that I build that skill set and build that, tool belt that next time I don't have to make that mistake to figure it out the first time. I can be a better manager. I can be a better team leader, those things.
Yeah. How important are relationships in your role in supply chain logistics with partners, vendors, your own internal team?
Yeah, super important. Honestly, I think it's the most important thing. Being a startup organization, there's very few companies who can, from day one, do everything themselves, right?
Yeah.
You've got to depend on somebody, whether that's a fulfillment partner, whether that's a software vendor, whether that's a staffing agency. Like you have to have partners, and we can set all the values that we want for ourselves and manage a team and manage our own workload to say we're going to do something a certain way and have a certain criteria for what's acceptable and what isn't. But if a vendor doesn't have that same understanding or same, attention to detail or care for your customer and your product that you do, it kind of all comes crashing down, And again, that's one of the things I think we learned the hard way kind of early on. And, one of my biggest focuses is just finding the partners and the vendors and people that are going to support us and what we're trying to do and ultimately make our customers happier.
I love that. That's a great answer. Well, man, I appreciate all the openness, the transparency, and the well thought out answers.
Yeah, well, on the spot here, so.
That's right. That's right. Cool. Well, that concludes segment number 1 of Out of the Box. Next one is going to be unboxing extravaganza.
All right.
This is a great one. This one's difficult.
Oh, we have actual boxes.
Yeah, we've got actual boxes.
unboxing.
Yeah, this is an actual challenge
Today, so you'll see.
with physical. Yeah. So this is a little different. So we have to. Do the rules remain the same? I'm gonna read the rules here. Okay. So you will go ahead and unbox with oven mitts.
Okay.
You must open all packaging and sort items by color.
Okay.
First one to finish wins.
Oh, wow.
Wow, sort them by color.
This
Okay.
is a speed
Let's
challenge.
put these on.
All the packaging inside too.
Oh,
Okay.
goodness. I'm guessing something's going to be shrink wrapped.
Okay, do we just, 3, 2, 1, go. Sort them by color. Oh, what in the world?
All right.
Oh no, they're stuck in here. Wow, this is gonna be tough. Okay, guess not. Chad just ripped that open, no problem. Okay,
They don't make
sort
the
'em by
paper on
color.
these things like they used to,
Yeah, that's right. They're getting thinner and thinner every year.
And I'm just getting thicker and thicker, eating all these M&Ms,
That's right. What's the craziest thing that you've seen in a logistics role at Made In and
Oh,
then
man.
Walmart?
Oh, man. There's so many, honestly. So in part of my role, we oversee the customer service operation.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too. Like, what's the craziest experience? A ticket coming in.
I don't know if I can say this on air, honestly. We have.
Say it, dude. This is free time here.
It's not even only been one time. It's been multiple times. But apparently, people are into giving themselves at-home enemas.
Oh no.
And they want to know about the chemical elements in our cookware to understand if that's going to pose a problem for them heating and purifying water before they use it for this purpose.
That is wild.
And the first time we saw this question, we couldn't quite believe it. And
No,
the
dude.
team kind
You
of
don't want to believe it.
put our heads together in terms of how are we going to answer this. Like, I don't know. We've never actually tested our cookware in this application before. I don't know if we can confidently give
Is that
you the
FDA
reassurance
approved?
you,
Yeah.
are looking for here.
Oh my word. Okay, this isn't too bad, but
I feel like that there was probably some hack or some process here. I'm realizing there are far fewer blue M&Ms.
yeah. Why is that, huh?
Is blue dye more expensive? Are they like cost? Is this a cost-cutting initiative?
Mars, if you're listening,
We we see some pretty interesting stuff come back in the way of returns too. Sometimes I don't know if people
Yeah,
misplace packages.
what do you see? Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. We were getting a lot of little green army men back for a while.
Oh, Chad, just barely by a hair. You got green army men.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
high five, dude. Here we go. Yep. That's kind of nice.
That's the real question.
Yeah, I think Chad had a lot of yellows, a lot of oranges too,
See if we
actually.
can count 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah, you're the math guy, dude. Crank that out for me. Cal Berkeley, can you?
26, 28,
Wild. Both he and his wife,
30,
MBAs.
36.
Sharp. This was good.
It's a
This
lot.
was a
It's
good
at
one.
least 60 of them just on this side.
Oh, geez, yeah.
I think he has more.
Yeah, I think he does too.
Now we have one left.
Ooh, yeah. Let me pop a few of the blue ones.
blue
Okay,
ones are
so
coming.
the green army men. What's?
You can save some more.
Oh, maybe leave a couple of these here.
All right.
Okay, we'll put them right here.
Yeah.
I just washed my hands.
They still
Great.
kind of look well sorted.
Yeah. So the green army men, people are just sending these. That was a consistent thing that was happening.
I think they're.
But it's like fraud, right? Like they're
Yeah,
essentially just
yeah.
packaging it.
Yeah.
It gets
it is.
label gets scanned, and then you.
I was trying to leave the element of good intentions looming somewhere out there, but yes, it is a form of
Yeah,
fraud.
yeah.
I think a lot of direct-to-consumer companies use loop returns and similar softwares to process returns, and as a result, a lot of people have the same returns policies, and
Yeah.
they kind of give you a set number of options you can pick from.
Yeah.
So there was a point in time where certain customers, probably in a coordinated way, were getting smart about
Reddit
being able
threads
to return something, but
Yeah.
not the actual product, keep the product, and get a refund. And so,
So what do you guys do in cases like that?
we used to have more customer friendly policies in place where we would refund customers earlier in the returns process when we could
You're clamping
validate.
down now.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, right? It's
Yeah.
a few bad actors, means
Ruin
that
it all.
everyone else has to wait a few extra days before they get their money back and
Yeah.
things like that. But we've got our own fulfillment center in Texas, and we've got our own team kind of going through returns now, and just putting eyes on things, putting hands on things before we actually refund money or get another exchange order out to customers. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Jeez. The
Throw
green
a little
army men.
time and effort at the problem.
That's right. Yeah. That's all it takes, huh? Well, cool. That concludes segment number 2. Number 3, pop culture trivia.
I'm not going to be good at this.
So excited to see.
All right. So there's going to be 10 pop culture trivia questions. Tanner, myself, will read these questions out loud.
And you have to read them and
The
answer?
first person to get the correct answer
Like single
wins.
parenting.
Wow, yeah, that's going to be tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we're not single parents, huh? Shout out Katie in the crowd. Shout out Kenna at home, my wife. All right. Let's rip. Okay, number 1, Kim Kardashian notably dated what Saturday Night Live alumni?
Pete
Davidson.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, Ty. That was a good one. Yeah. Okay, number 2, who directed the 2023 blockbuster movie Barbie? Ooh.
Actually, don't know this one.
I'm going to say it was... Oh, gosh.
I'm going to go with Spielberg. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's a good guess. I'm going to go with... what's the guy that... Yeah. Oh, gosh. Is it? Margot Robbie. I know she was the actor, but Greta Gerwig.
I wouldn't have
Is she the
gotten that in a
SNL
million
gal? She's not the SNL gal, is she? I thought Margot had a hand in it. I think she helped produce it.
Yeah, maybe a producer.
Yeah. Anyways, tough.
She played Barbie.
Yeah. Okay, number 3, Lil Nas X spent 19 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2019 for what song?
Country
I'ma
Road?
take my... Yeah, it's Country Road.
Old
Town Road.
Old Town Road. Old Town Road.
Country Road. Yeah. That was good. That was fast. Released in 2017, what colorful plush toy comes in more than 1,000 characters and is popular with kids and adults alike? 2017, colorful plush toy.
Is this
Beanie Babies.
Squishmallow?
Oh.
Yeah,
Whoa.
let's go.
He said he wasn't going to be good. Squishmallow. Do you have some?
I think we've invested a few for nieces and,
Yeah.
I
I think they sell them at Costco now.
Really?
Yeah, I think they sell them
So
again at Costco.
everything's good you can get at
Everything's good.
Costco.
Everything's great, yeah. You guys don't sell made in Costco, do you?
Coming
You do?
soon.
Coming soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
coming soon.
That's huge. Okay, next one. Number 5, Beyonce was born in what Texas city? You're from Texas?
Houston.
Houston.
That was a gimme.
Just that.
Rebecca threw that one my way. She still me a
Yeah,
bone on
she
that one.
knew. She knew. He spent some time in Houston.
Well, Tanner has
A cowboy hat
Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah. I figured there's
Yeah.
a Texas story behind
Yeah,
that. That's why I was
no,
asking
yep,
about it.
none. What hit musical has a film version coming out later this year?
Hit musical.
Coming out this year. Oh, Wicked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Okay, hey, what's the score?
4-2.
4-2. Chad's winning. Who did the Atlanta
shoot.
Hawks select as the first overall selection of the NBA this week? Holy smokes! I
I
didn't
don't
even
know how
watch
to
the
pronounce his
draft.
name. He's a Frenchman.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I get.
Oh, really?
Maybe just give me a half a point on that one.
Yeah,
Honestly,
half point. 4.5.
You got a guess?
Guess.
Uh,
The Frenchman,
He is French.
Rudy Gobert.
Rocher.
Really.
That's
Rocher.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Rocher.
But he is French.
Oh wow, okay. Dude, you're keeping up. What is Taylor Swift's most recent album named? Dude, I actually don't know. I didn't listen to it.
Yeah.
It was like the Heartfelt Diaries of Taylor Swift. Something about Travis.
Yeah.
Travis was in there.
I think it was called Gridiron because she just got so
That's right.
enamored with football.
Yeah,
this
the
last
longest yard, something like that. The Tortured Poets Department. Yeah, I knew it was something about getting tortured.
familiar.
Yeah. She's into weird stuff.
season. That is a regular on the Made-In stereo around the office.
Is it?
Yeah.
T Swift.
Yeah.
She's great. She's got a lot of jams. Next one. Oh, yeah, what's that?
Okay, that's all.
Okay, which Universal Pictures movie, the fourth in its series, is set to be released on July 3rd?
Fourth in its series.
Ooh, this is Despicable Me 4.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. Yep, you're right. You a Minion fan?
Oh, big, yeah.
Yeah.
And my kids are too, dude. These
Yeah.
flies.
The Made-In CEO is a huge Minion fan.
Is he?
Yeah. Him,
Why?
his wife, and his 2 German Shepherds dressed up as Minions for Halloween.
No
It
way.
was
So he
great-
didn't even
great
have
costumes.
kids. He's just straight
does
into
now.
Minions. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But yeah,
I
he
was like,
was into
that's like a
Minions before he
Disney
was into
adult
kids.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like loves Disneyland, doesn't have any kids, goes all the time. He's like, dude, this guy's obsessed with Minions.
We've had a few avid Disney adults on staff too.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Disney's great. Are you guys going to Disney anytime soon?
No
I guess
plans, but
your boy's not. Fritz isn't old enough.
yeah, Katie's a big Disney fan though.
Are you, Katie? Disney's a good time. We'll have to do a Disney trip. Okay, next one. Last one. Who recently became the most subscribed YouTuber? Mr. Beast.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Not into the YouTube theme. All right, yeah, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. What was the
I was
score?
gonna guess.
Are we
Jake
tied
Paul
up or 4.5
for the
to
record.
4?
It was, yeah, you got 0.5 more.
Wow. Hey,
I did end up getting a half point. Huh?
you did on the Frenchman.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well that concludes segment number 3.
All right.
Okay, Chad, you got
Wasn't that bad?
No, not bad at all. Usually that we have like we do like riddles. Those are typically pretty
Okay.
challenging, and then we do like factor cap,
Okay.
as the kids say these days.
Nothing like it's like a case interview except you're on camera.
That's right. That's right. So you have 3 cameras on you.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell the world? What's your inspiration?
Are we talking professional or personally here?
Just answer the question.
Man, yeah. I mean, I think we kind of touched on it earlier. Like, just trying to live good, man. Like, trying to make this world a little bit better. Try to, have a good time with my family. Trying to make our customers' lives a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, man.
That's what it's all
Just feeling like you got some positive impact. You
Good
know?
stuff, man.
Yeah.
I can tell you're a good guy. Everyone at home listening, Chad's a good guy. You heard it here first. Good, man. Well, thanks. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Thank you, Tanner.
Okay. That's a wrap.